Hey, what's up people? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Lawrence Jerome and this is, you know already, Young and Uprising. And in this video, I'm going to share 3 things that you can do to grow your wealth. That's my sexy wife. Look how sweet she looks. Click that thumbs up button. We're on lockdown and there's nothing to do. Now, talking about growth, guys, without your help, there is no way I can grow this YouTube channel. And that's because without your engagement on this video, without you clicking that like button, and that is simply hovering your mouse over that thumbs up symbol just below the screen and just clicking it, and that indicates to me that you have liked this video. And that's clicking it until it turns blue. And of course, without you sharing this video, or most importantly, without you clicking that subscribe button. And if you have not done so already, please go ahead and do so. It wouldn't hurt. It's free. You know, it doesn't cost you much. You know, and I know there might be some of you all that maybe think that you have subscribed to this channel, but you have not. And sometimes you're unaware. Sometimes you doesn't really pay up close attention to the subscribe button. So if you just watch at the bottom of your screen and you see there's a red box over the word that says subscribe, that means you have not subscribed as yet. So click that red box until it turns gray. You know, and to make things even better and even more interesting, to even allow YouTube to spread this video even more, to help me to grow this YouTube channel even more. After you click that button, it might ask you to, if you want to click that notification bell so that you receive a notification whenever I post a video. If you're interested in being notified whenever I post a video, then go ahead and click that notification bell as well. You know, that helps out the channel great much. You know, and it will be greatly appreciated. So go ahead. All you have to do is just hover your mouse over that red button that says subscribe on it and click it. So go ahead and click it. And by doing those simple things like I just mentioned, that alone allows YouTube to promote my channel to a wider audience. You know, and if you do so, thank you very much for doing so. Like I said, it will be very much I mean, just if you have been following my channel for the past month, 2 months, you realize that I have not grown in any subscribers. I mean, it's strange. I have not grown in any subscribers for the whole month. I only gained like about 2 or 3 subscribers, and that's terrible, you know. And maybe some of you may not know, and some of you may be wondering, why am I so concerned about you clicking the subscribe button, and why am I so concerned about how much subscribers I get? Because you see, based on the amount of subscribers I get a little benefit from YouTube. I get the opportunity to make a little cash from YouTube. You see, if I get 1,000 subscribers, and if I get 4,000 watch hours, then I have the ability to start making a little cash on YouTube. I'm sure that most of you are familiar in watching other YouTube videos where you watch a video and while in between the video you see a little ad pop up. There's a countdown and it says 2, 3, you know, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then an ad pops up on the screen. Well, whenever an ad pops up on the screen and when you watch that ad, you know, that individual that's making the video, you allow that individual to make some cash. You understand? So, but in order for me to get an ad on my video, I need to get 1,000 subscribers and I need to get 4,000 watch hours. So please stay engaged to the video, share the video, I mean, and like the video and subscribe. You know, and encourage your friends and your family to do so. I mean, just support local, you know. Trust me, making a YouTube video sometimes is not so easy. Sometimes it takes a lot of your time. Sometimes it can take me almost between 8 and 12 hours just editing a video to upload on YouTube. You know, it takes a little effort. And I try my best to give positive information that can help to develop yourself in different ways, you know, financially, you know, just encouragement to allow you to be more productive. Anyway, I think I'm going a little too far away from on the topic of this video. So without any further ado, let's get into this video. So like I said, in this video, I'm going to share with you 3 things that you can do to grow your wealth, you know. Yeah, 3 things that you can do to grow your wealth. So the first thing you can do if you want to grow your wealth is, number one, is track your spending. You know, I know that some of you might have seen a video I posted in the beginning of 2020 where I showed you guys how I track my spending for the entire year of 2019, and at the end of it, you know, just by tracking my spending, I realized that I made close to $40,000, you know, on side projects only. That's not even including my 9-to-5 job. I realized that I made close to $40,000, and that's great, you know. And if some of you that may know that I'm building a small office, you know, where I want to get into some more business and to expand my income stream, you know, and I'm building a small office, an office that's basically going to be focused on what I do on an everyday basis. You know, so it's just a form of investment. And that $40,000 that I was able to generate in 2019, that's what it enabled me not only to build this small office, but also enabled me to be able to get a down payment to buy the property of which I am building this small office. You know, so it's very good that you track your spending. It's going to help you to, definitely going to help you to grow your wealth, you know, because when you track your spending, what happens is you're seeing the amount of money that's coming in and you're seeing the amount of money that's going out, you know. So if there is at least one point that you have to follow in this video, let it be this point. Let it be this first point here, because I guarantee that this will have a great impact on the rest of your life if you just stick to it. Because if you ask me, since I started doing this, all my bank account have been doing is just growing and growing. I mean, even if the bank account doesn't really have nothing in it right now, because as it grows, I invest, and the investment that I'm working on right now is building this small office, you know. So yeah, the bank account might not have anything so much right now, and that's because as it grows, I invest, you know. And if this is not convincing enough for you, you can go about and ask any rich person that you know, or any successful entrepreneur that you know. And I am sure that this is on their list as a part of what enabled them to be as successful as they are today. And I'm sure that it's still on their list. And I'm sure even if that they're a millionaire or a billionaire, that tracking their expenses is still on their list. And maybe even more so now. It's definitely on their list as part of a thing, as part of something that enabled them to grow their wealth. In fact, not too long ago, I recently read the biography of Anthony Wadi Astafans, and this was one of his daily priorities, you know, as a businessman, and he's one of the most successful. He had one of the most successful businesses in Dominica, you know, and this was one of his priorities, daily priorities as a businessman, to track his expenses and his finances, you know, on a daily basis. Now, the reason for this is, in order to grow your wealth, you have to be meticulous about tracking how much money goes in and tracking how much money goes out. And that's why being good with money have nothing to do with how much money you make, but more so have a lot to do with how much money you keep, you know. And if this is challenging for you to track your expenses, there are multiple websites that I believe that you can visit that do that exact same thing for you. They track your expenses for you. Example, mint.com, or what's another one? Not capital, but personalcapital.com, which is free to use, by the way. And then when you do that, just pay close attention to how much money you make, and pay very close attention to how much money you're spending. And then you're going to realize how much you're spending on things that you don't even realize, and how much you're spending on little things, and how it drastically add up in such a short period of time. And this is something I have started to do over a couple of years now, and I track how much money I spend, and I track how much money I make. And then I get to see how much I'm saving. And this is one of those things that can be difficult to start, but when it becomes one of your everyday routine, believe me, you're not going to want to stop. And I strongly believe that if you can only just stick to this habit for at least 2 months, then it's going to positively translate into every other aspect of your everyday life. Because when you start to pay close attention to that $3 lotto ticket that you buy every day, believe me, you're going to pay even more attention to that $40 item that you would otherwise have bought. And when you do that, you are less likely to blow $2,500 on that new iPhone just for the purpose of that insignificant upgrade. And I guarantee if you start small, it is more likely to escalate into that more expensive area in your life. Now, the second area that second thing that you can do to grow your wealth is to say no for the things that you want over the things that you need. These are often the instant gratification type spending that most of us want to have almost immediately without waiting. Those are the type of people, as soon as they get paid at the end of the month, they are in the long KFC line buying $60 plus worth of Kentucky Fried Chicken. Those are the type of people who would buy several lotto tickets and hope for the best instead of focusing on the core financial principles that would actually make them mini fortunes if they would only just follow those principles. And this is why it's so common to see people living paycheck to paycheck regardless of how much money they make. Those are the type of people who constantly inflate their expenses to match their income. It doesn't matter how much times they get a raise. Whenever they get a raise, they just increase their expenditure. So as soon as they make more money, it's gone before they even realize it. But the most successful people in the world are very good at delaying their gratification until they are able to comfortably afford what it is that they want without drastically affecting their finances. And typically they would only buy out the things that they want without hurting their finances. And for the most part, if they can't afford to buy it out immediately, then they don't buy it. You know, unlike the average people who just go out, take a loan and buy it. And they also carefully think to themselves, even if they have the money to buy it, do they really need it? And will it really make them happy? You know? And that's one of the reasons why you need to get into the habit of carefully analyzing the things that you want. And only buy something that you can only buy out right after thinking it through and prioritizing your savings and future investment goals, as well as your main daily responsibilities. You see, good money habits are all about order and being able to set a proper foundation now. And believe it or not, you will eventually get to the point where you can start spending money on the things that you want. And if you do this religiously, you're going to reach to that point much faster than you anticipated. But until then, delayed gratification goes a long way of being responsible and to help make that happen. So the final thing that you can do to help you grow your wealth is number 3, set up shop. And now when I say set up shop, I don't necessarily mean to open a shop in your neighborhood. Not saying that that cannot work as well. But what I'm getting at is basically set up another form of income stream. Whether it means to get a part-time job or monetizing your skill. I mean, there are so many skilled people in Dominica and you guys are just there on the sideline doing nothing. And most of you just rely on your 8 to 5 job to do everything for you. So set up shop, whatever it may be. Get something to sell, learn how to sell, and sell it. And I'm sure that there are a lot of things at your disposal that you can sell. But the problem with most of you is that most of you have way too much pride to go out and sell it. Yeah, and some of you cry, oh, I don't want to be seen selling this, or I don't want to be seen selling that. You know, it's too belittling for you guys to go out and sell that particular product, even if you know that thousands of Dominicans buy it on a daily basis. Sometimes even you have a great demand for that product. For the most part, most of you are just straight out lazy. And really and truly, that's the main thing that's keeping a lot of people back. Their pride and their laziness. And some of you would either say, well, I'm not lazy, I maybe just have too much pride to go out and sell that. But what about setting up an online shop? Why not venture into selling your products online? Some of you have a large following on Facebook or Instagram. Sometimes even on WhatsApp, you guys have a large following. You can also make those platforms a place where you sell your products. or at least advertise your products. I see a lot of people advertising their products on WhatsApp. You know, a lot of you sit down for hours just scrolling through people's statuses like you have nothing better to do, you know, and you know that most of your friends do the exact same thing, and or most of your contacts do the exact same thing. I'm sure that when you put up a status, you see close to 100 of your contacts watch that status for the day. You know, so if you can advertise your products or market your products on WhatsApp, I'm sure that you can go somewhere with it instead of just putting up a whole bunch of foolish, nonsensical statuses on your WhatsApp status. And if you also say that this also takes up too much of your pride, then well, shame on you. And for those of you that say, well, it's not my pride, then for sure you are just straight out lazy. And I'm not going to tell you ways here on this video that you can go about setting up shop, because I'm sure that if you really have a desire to set up shop, you will find multiple ways to do so. And I'm sure that you'll eventually come up with a way that will work for you. But however, I'm just here to encourage you to do so. Set up shop if you want to grow your wealth. You see, wealth is not just about having money, but more so developing multiple streams of income. And setting up a shop is just another way to do so. I mean, at least to get it started. And of course, you have to manage your finances by, my first point, tracking your income and your expenses. Also, delay gratification. Pay close attention to your needs over your wants. But when you do go about getting the things that you want, get into the habit of carefully analyzing the things that you want, you know, and ensure that you really have need for them. But anyway, don't forget to click that like button. That's about what I have to share on this video. That's the 3 things that I have to share on this video as far as how you can go about if you want to grow your wealth. I sure hope that it was helpful and that you get something useful out of this video. At least make it be an encouragement to you. Anyhow, this has been Young and Uprising. My name is Lawrence Jerome, and I would truly like to thank you guys for watching. And if this is your first time on this channel, I'd like to say thank you, welcome. You know, I share on personal development, finance and money related issues, spiritual growth, among other related things. So if those are topics that you're interested in, then feel free to subscribe and click that notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever I release a new video. You know, kind of like this one. All in all, and to thank you guys for watching. It has been great. I hope that I didn't make this video too long for you guys, but if you make it to the end, you know, great shout out to you. It's greatly appreciated. All in all, and to thank you guys for watching once again, and I will see you on the next video. Peace out. That's my sexy wife. Look how sweet she looks. Click that thumbs up button. We're on lockdown and there's nothing to do. And if you have not subscribed yet, then I want to encourage you to go ahead and subscribe, you know, and click that notification bell so that you'll be notified, or if you're interested, so that you'll be notified whenever I release a new video, you know, kind of like this one.